In this class, we are going to go over practice question on surd. Okay, let's consider the question that we have on the board. We are asked to simplify the following. Let's start with the first question. We have 1 over root 2 plus 3 root 2 minus 1 over 3 root 2. Okay, before we can solve this question, I'm very sure you are part of our previous class, that is how to rationalize a surd. Okay, because we are going to be using the concept here. We're going to rationalize the fraction. Are you getting it? The fraction that we have here that have a rational part at the denominator. Listen to me carefully. This is a fraction. 1 over root 2 is a fraction, as well as negative 1 over 3 root 2 is a fraction. So this fraction has an irrational part at the denominator. The irrational part is root 2, while the irrational part of this is also root 2. Are you getting it? So in an attempt to help us to solve this, to simplify this question, we have to rationalize individual fraction. Are you getting it? So for this, the first question we have 1 over root 2 plus 3 root 2 minus 1 over 3 root 2. 3 root 2. Are you there? Okay, now let us rationalize this. If I want to rationalize 1 over root 2, I'm going to have 1 over root 2 multiplied by root 2 over root 2. Do you know what I did? All I did was that, this is what I did. If you want to rationalize this fraction, you multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the irrational, by what you have at the denominator. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? So for this, I'm going to have root 2 times 1 multiplied by root 2 times 2. The goals of rationalizing this fraction is that I want to have an integer at the denominator. You understand? I want to have a rational number at the denominator. Are you getting it? So that is the reason why I rationalize. And if I have a rational number at the denominator, I can easily simplify. Do you understand? Okay. So let me put this bracket. Now let's proceed. Plus 3 root 2 minus 1 over 3 root 2. Now, because I have an irrational fraction, I have an irrational part at the denominator, so I'm going to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 3 root 2. Do you understand? Okay, so for this, I'm going to have multiply 3 root 2 all over 3 root 2. Do you understand? Okay, so having gotten to this point, let us simplify. Root 2 times 1 is what? Root 2. Root 2 all over root 2 times root 2, root 4, right? So the square root of 4 is what? 2. So I'm going to have root 2 over 2 plus 3 root 2 minus, now let's proceed. 3 root 2 times 1 is what? 3 root 2, right? So I'm going to have 3 root 2 here all over. Now let's proceed. 3 root 2 times 3 root 2. In our previous class, I taught you how to take the product of two surd. This surd that you see here is a mixed surd. The reason why it is a mixed surd is because it has both rational part and the irrational part. The rational part of this surd is what? 3. So it is the rational part. Are you getting it? The rational part will multiply the rational part. Why the irrational part will also multiply the irrational part. So the rational part here is 3 and this is also 3. So 3 times 3 is what? 9, right? So I'm going to have 9 multiplied by, now root 2 times root 2, that will be what? Root 4. And the square root of 4 is what? 2. So I'm going to have 9 times 2, which is what? 18. Do you understand? Okay, so for this, I'm going to have this over 18. Now, we can still you can see that by rationalizing individual fraction, I have a rational number at the denominator, this 2 and this 18. So for this, I'm going to have root 2 all over 2 plus 3 root 2 minus, now let us divide. 3 here 1, 3 in 18, that is 6, root 2 all over 6. Okay, now having gotten to this point, we can now take the LCM of this fraction. Let us say this over 1. Are you getting it? 3 root 2 over 1 is only the same thing as 3 root 2. So now, using board math, we have to first deal with the fraction that has an addition sign in between them. So this is root 2 over 2 plus 3 root 2 over 1. So the LCM of both fraction is 2. So I'm going to have 2 here. 2 divided by 2 is what? 1. 1 times root 2 is what? Root 2. Are you there? Plus 2 divided by 1 is what? 2. 2 times 3 root 2, that is what? 6 root 2. Do you understand? Okay, minus root 2 all over 6. Do you understand? Okay, root 2 plus 6 root 2. What will be the answer? Okay, let's start. If you have x plus 6x, what will be the answer? That is what? 7x, right? So root 2 plus 6 root 2 will give us 7 root 2. 7 root 2. So I'm going to have 7 root 2 all over 2 minus root 2 all over 6. Do you understand? Okay, so having gotten it here, we have to take the LCM again. Okay, okay, take the LCM of 7 root 2 over 2 minus root 2 all over 6. The LCM is 6, right? Yes. So let me erase this. The LCM is 6, so I'm going to have this all over 6. 6 divided by 2, that is 3. I'm coming. 6 divided by 2, that is 3. 3 times 7 root 2, that will be what? 21 root 2. So I'm going to have 21 root 2. Okay. 6 divided by 6, that is 1. 1 times negative root 2, that is what? Minus root 2. Okay. So for this, 21 root 2 minus root 2, that is what? 20 root 2. So I'm going to have 20 root 2 all over 6. Okay, we can still reduce this fraction because 10 can divide both 20 and 6. So, I mean, 2 can divide both 20. 20 divided by 2 is what? 10. 10 root 2. Then 6 divided by 2 is what? 3. So the final answer is 10 root 2 all over 3. Do you understand? Okay, so that is the solution to that question. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section. Okay, so the simplified version of this question is what? 10 root 2 all over 3. Now let me give you an hint. Anytime you are asked to simplify a surdic expression of this type, you can see that first deal with the irrational part. I get what I'm trying to say. If you have an irrational part at the denominator, first rationalize it so as to make the work easier. Let us proceed to the second question. We are asked to simplify root 32 all over 2 minus root 18 plus root 2. Okay, we have root 32 all over 2 minus root 18 plus root 2. Okay, to simplify this, you can see that this one, we didn't have an irrational part at the denominator. You understand? So all you have to do is that just express 32 as the product of its largest square. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Express 32 as the product of its largest square, and also express 18 as the product of its largest square. Are you getting it? Let me give you a hint. You see, we have root 2 here. The simple surd in this question is root 2. So what can we multiply by 32 and that will give us, what number can we multiply by 2 that will give us 32? Are you getting it? And what number can we multiply by 2 that will give us 18? Are you getting it? You see, I'm just giving you a hint. The simplest surd in this expression is root 2. Are you getting it? So because the simplest surd is root 2, so just think of a number that if you multiply it by 2, you're going to have 32. And if you multiply it by 2, you're going to have 18. Let's start. 9 times 2 will give us 18. Why 16 times 2 will give us 32? So I can express 32 as this. Root of 32 can be written as root 16 times 2 over 2 minus 18. Root 18 can be written as root 9 times 2 plus root 2. Are you getting it? So you can see how I got that. Root of 16 is what? 4. So I'm going to have 4 root 2. Do you know I got 4 root 2? Let's go. Root 16. If you are part of our previous class, you shouldn't find this hard to comprehend. Okay? Root 16 times 2. Root 16 times 2 can be written as root 16 multiplied by root 2, you know? So root 16 is what? 4. And root 2, 4 times root 2 will give us what? 4 root 2. Are you getting it? Likewise, root 9 times 2 can be written as root 9 multiplied by root 2. Let me first deal with this. This over 2 minus, okay, root 9 is what? 3. 3 root 2 all over what? All over 1, okay? Plus root 2. Do you understand how I got this? Just express root 9 times 2 as this, just like what I did here, okay? Root 9 will give us 3, and root 2, because it's the simplest surd, so I just have to put it there. 3 times root 2 will give me what? 3 root 2. Are you getting it? So, having gotten to this point, you can take the LCM. Let's first deal with the this fraction that you have here. Are you getting it? The LCM is 1. 3 root 2 plus root 2. Are you getting it? Minus 4 root 2 all over 2. Even 4, 2 here, 1, 2 here. Sorry. 4 divided by 2 will give us 2. So I'm going to have 2 root 2. Okay. Even without taking the LCM, you can actually simplify it. Okay. Yes, you can simplify it without taking the LCM, because I thought I didn't focus on this. 4 divided by 2 will give us 2. Are you getting it? So I have 2 root 2 here. So even without taking the LCM, you can proceed as follows. Negative 3 root 2 plus root 2. What's the answer? That will give us what? Negative 2 root 2. Okay, so I'm going to have 2 root 2 minus, 2 root 2 minus 2 root 2, that is what? 0. So the answer to this question that we have here is 0. Do you understand? Okay, let's proceed to the third question. We are asked to simplify root 43. Okay, let's proceed to the third question. We are asked to simplify the square root of 243 plus 12 over root 3. Square root of 243 plus 12 all over root 3. Now, look at what we have here. We have an irrational part. So, in an attempt to help me to simplify this, to make it more, more simple, just make sure that you just take the rational, you rationalize this fraction. Why? The reason is because we have root 3 here. I get what I'm trying to say. We have root 3 at the denominator. So, let us first rationalize 12 over root 3. So, I'm going to have root 243 can be written as what? Root 81 multiplied by 3. Do you know how I knew the numbers that I'm going to multiply by? Do you know why I multiply by 3? The reason is because I have root 3 here. This is the simplest surd. This is the simplest surd in this expression. Are you getting it? Listen to me. Anytime you are dealing with surd question, listen. It might not always be the case, but anytime you have a surd question and you discover that you have a simplest surd among the expression that you're asked to simplify, what you have to do now is that just focus on the number. That is 3, right? The numbers inside the square root, that is 3. Now, what can I multiply by 3 to give me 243? That is 81. Are you getting it? So just think it like that. Now, let us rationalize 12 over root 3. I'm going to have 12 all over root 3 multiplied by root 3 all over root 3. Do you understand? Okay, so root of 81 times 3. Square root of 81 will give me 9. So I'm going to have 9. Square root of 3 will give me square root of 3. Because we don't want the decimal. Plus, okay, 12 times 3. 12 times root 3, that is what? 12 root 3. And then root 3 times root 3, that will give us root 9. Square root of 9 is what? 3. Do you understand? Okay, so I'm going to have 9 root 3 plus, now 3 here, 12 divided by 3 will give us what? 4. I'm going to have 4 root 3. Do you understand? Okay, 9 root 3 plus 4 root 3, that will give us 13 root 3, which is the final answer. Okay, if you got that as your final answer, you are correct. But if you didn't, that means you are wrong. Okay, so let us proceed to the next question. We have 2 root 3 minus 6 root 2 root 3 minus 6 over root 3 plus 3 over root 7. Okay, now to simplify this question, you have to rationalize individual fraction. The reason is because this 6 over root 3, it has an irrational part at the denominator, which is root 3. While the second fraction which we have here, 3 over root 7, it also contains an irrational part at the denominator. So to solve this question, we have to first rationalize. Root 3 minus 6 over root 3 plus 3 over root 7. Now let us rationalize. I'm going to have 2 root 3 minus 6 over root 3 multiplied by root 3 all over root 3, put this in brackets, plus 3 over root 7 multiplied by root 7 all over root 7. Okay, do you understand? Okay, listen. If you missed our previous class, you can check the link in the description of this video to watch those classes. Okay, so to help you to understand this concept, surd. Do you understand? Okay, for this I'm going to have 2 root 3 minus 6 root 3 all over root 3 times root 3 is what? Root 9. So I'm going to have 3 here because the square root of 9 will give us 3. So I'm going to have plus 3 root 7 because 3 times root 7 will give us what? 3 root 7. Root 7 times root 7 is what? Root 49. The square root of 49 will give us 7. So I'm going to have this over 7. Okay, let's proceed. For this, I'm going to have 2 root 3 minus 2 root 3. The reason is because 6 divided by 3 will give us 2. So I'm going to have minus 2 root 3 here plus 3 root 7 all over 7. Do you understand? Okay, 2 root 3 minus 2 root 3 is what? 0. Okay, hence the final answer is 3 root 7 all over 7. That is the solution to that question. Now, if you come across this kind of question in exam, I'm very sure you can simplify it now. Okay, so let's do a recap of what we learned in this class. If you're asked to simplify a surd question that contains an irrational part at the denominator, the best way to do that is that you first have to rationalize the fraction. Are you getting it? Okay, let's consider the following question on surd. We are asked to simplify 2 root 3 minus 6 over root 3 plus 3 over root 3. How do you simplify this surd?
To watch the complete class, kindly click on the link in the description of this video or the comment section, okay? See you in the next class.